Well, maybe you can hear me. Our next outstanding in class is a 1933 Willis Model 77 Coupe drag car belonging to John Hagnes. John also is the owner of the 33 Ford 5-window coupe, which is our first place winner. So John, come on up here. Our next class will be the restored class. These are cars that have minimal modifications done to them. If they are been modified, it's to bring them back as close to stock as possible. And our first restored vehicle belongs to Druck Auto Sales. It's the 1948 Willis Jeepster right here. So if someone from Druck is here. I'm giving up on the microphone. Druck Auto Sales also has the next outstanding in class, which is the 1954 Oldsmobile 88 hardtop right next to it, the green one there. They will hold their award until they can be located. They might be working on getting their trailers lined up. Our next outstanding in class restored entry belongs to Stan Johnson, the 1970 Buick GS Stage 1. Stan, Barb will also have your tow money for you. And our final outstanding in class award for restored goes to Tom Owens, 1930 Ford Special Delivery in the MSRA display. And that brings us to our first place award for restored. And I've had about 50 emails from this winner. He's been working on this car for about 9 years, since he was 16 years old.
We'll try this now. As I was saying, the owner of this car has had it since he was 16 years old. He's only a little bit older now, at 25. The 1960 Buick Invicta belonging to Connor Kujak. Our next class then is street stock. We've added a few modifications to the cars, so they're not quite back to factory original. They have some subtle changes, things like wheels, tires, possibly paint. Our first outstanding class in street stock goes to Jim Stremke's 1966 Chevrolet Bel Air. Next, we have an outstanding class award for the 1956 Ford Victoria belonging to Mike Olson. Then we also have an outstanding class for Bruce Barty's 1969 Plymouth Roadrunner, part of the Midwest Moparts display. Also back in the Burnout Ballroom, our next outstanding in class belongs to Thomas Jandro, a 1963 Ford Galaxy 500 XL. We also have an outstanding class for street stock to Yo Tillman's 1966 Pontiac Grand Prix. And our final outstanding class for the street stock class goes to Terry Barr, the 1969 Chevy Chevelle SS. And that brings us to our first place winner in street stock. And I understand that this car was just recently completed. but it's Justin Pittman's 1968 Dodge Super Baby. Our next class then is Early Street Machine. This has had a few more modifications than street stock, but they've been done to emphasize performance over style. Thus, it's a street machine. And our first outstanding in class in street machine early is Bob Anderson's 64 Ford Galaxy 500. We also have another early street machine outstanding in class. This one is Russ Wilkinson's 1962 Chevrolet Impala. Also outstanding in class, and this one has been a long time coming because he has entered at least 3 times to come down here from Detroit Lakes, and he finally made it this year. Verlin Sandhurst's 1969 Plymouth GTX. We also have an outstanding class set for John Schwartz's 1957 Ford Courier sedan delivery. And our final outstanding class for early street machine goes to Brian Ernst with his American Rambler, or Rambler American. And our first place award for early street machine goes to Josh Horsch's 1961 Lincoln Continental. Now we're going to move into the early competition class. These are early race cars. And our first outstanding class in early competition is number 39, the Scavengers Car Club, the 1953 Studebaker Rude Stude. Next, we switch from drag racing to circle track racing. We have the 1932 Ford 3-window coupe belonging to Wayne Warnes for an outstanding in class. And GSTA has been on the search for a nostalgia race car, and this was one of the top contenders that we were looking at. It is Terry and Lori Gerritson's 1936 Hudson Terraplane. And unfortunately, GSK did not purchase this car, so Terry decided to work on it himself and bring it down here. Thanks, Terry. Our first place in early competition then goes to Greg Friedrich's Gizmo's 1960 Chrysler 300. See if Greg is coming this way. I don't see anybody, so we'll set his award aside and move on to our next class, which is early truck. And we have an outstanding class for Andy Meisenberg's 1955 Ford C500 cab over, which we didn't know if it would even fit in the complex. Andy is part of the Twin City F100 Club, and that's part of their club display back in the Burnout Ballroom. Next to him in the Twin City F100s was our next outstanding class, and that's Ron Rydell's 1956 Ford F100. Again, both of those vehicles are part of the Twin City F100 Club. And our final outstanding in class award for early truck goes to the 1952 GMC pickup belonging to Dave Bowe. And that brings us to our first place award in early truck. And it's a beautiful 1951 Chevrolet pickup belonging to Ben Rayak. We now move into the custom classes, and the lowest level of custom, which has the minimum amount of modifications done to it, but these are done for the purpose of emphasizing style. It's a class called Conservative Custom, and we have an outstanding class for Bill Lee's 55 Chevrolet 210, part of the MSRA display. And then our first place for Conservative Custom goes to the 1955 Chevrolet Bel Air belonging to Brian Ross, part of the Straight Line Customs display. We're going to stay in the custom categories here, but we're going to move to custom bike. And we have an outstanding class for Dale Sikoyak's 1957 Harley Davidson, modeled after the Easy Rider. Our next outstanding class for custom bike goes to a beautiful 2017 Harley Davidson Road King belonging to Colin Smith. And our first place award then in custom bike goes to Cliff Anderson's 1977 Harley Davidson Sportster. Our next category, our next class of competition, extra on page 3 here. Street Rod Coupes. And our first outstanding class goes to the 1936 Cadillac Coupe belonging to Greg Friedrich and Gizmos.
Did Greg come from the first one? Oh, he wasn't there.
We also have an outstanding class then. This one is another Dave Steiny car. It's a 1932 Ford 3-window coupe belonging to Dave Steiny. Next, we have an outstanding class for Stephen Blake's 1933 Dodge 5-window coupe. And our final outstanding class is a 34 Ford 5-window coupe belonging to Eugene Dick. And that brings us to the first place award winner for Street Rod Coupe. And it's the incredible 33 Plymouth 5-window belonging to Bill Dyer. We're going to stay in the Street Rod class here and stay with Street Rod Sedan. These are sedans that fit the Street Rod criteria. And our first outstanding class for Street Rod Sedan is the 1944 belonging to Rick Snell. We also have an outstanding class for the 1936 Chevrolet belonging to John Bergen. And then we have an outstanding class, the 1946 Ford Sedan, belonging to Dan Feynman. All three of those guys are members of the Drag Links and have that in the display along the wall here. That's the Drag Links Car Club. Our next outstanding class, though, goes to the 36 Pontiac sedan belonging to Timothy Gardner. And our final outstanding class, street rod sedan, is the 1929 Ford Model A with the wood roof of Tony Lamont. I hope you all got over to see that because it's got a beautiful pearlwood inlaid roof on that. Street rod sedan, first place award then goes to the 34 Buick Victoria belonging to Rich Moore. That's enough street rods. Let's go to something more radical, like Radical Bike. And we have an outstanding class for a 1976 Harley Davidson Sportster twin rocket power belonging to Kai and Buddy Michelson. And if you all get involved, my understanding is that Buddy dropped the bike off here to the show, decided to go skydiving, and he currently has 2 broken feet and 2 broken ankles. And will not be here tonight to pick up the bike. So if anybody wants to take a bike, no, Kai is going to take care of it. Cindy, if you have some extra prayers for Buddy, make sure you pass those on.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Thank you.
And our first place then for Radical Bike, and this is about as radical as you can get with the motorcycle, Dave Ross's custom-built 427 V8 powered chopper. We'll move back to custom class now. We have an outstanding class for custom rod, and it's the 1941 Buick convertible belonging to Butch Preem. It's the MSRA Street Rod of the Year.